Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening. Come on. As the room fill up, be sure to smash that like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go. When they want to tune in to the ultimate, and I mean just that, the ultimate Cowboy sports reports, talking and analysis and breakdown from yours truly, Law Nation Sports, from Law Nation Studios, giving you guys the unbelievable analysis of the hour. Let's go. The name is Law Nation. Come on. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yep. What about a Law Nation groove? Shout out to everybody that's watching. Salute to the Facebook gang. Shout out to those that's over there. Y'all already know.
Execute Order 66.
Let's get it. It's a blowout time for your mind. Come on.
Yeah, and Dak running as well, I think, helped in this game. I mean, some of the plays that they
Domination that rules the nation, baby.
Pepsi Made for Cowboys watching 40-3. The Cowboys open up a can on the Vikings and get the win on the road in Minnesota. It is a glorious flight back to the Metroplex as they get ready to take on the Giants on Thanksgiving off a short week. But a brilliant game. Tony Pollard, as we mentioned, 6 catches, 109 yards. 2 touchdowns, including that long 68-yarder. He also had 15 carries, 80 yards on the ground. He continues to be electrifying, but good, as you mentioned, to get Ezekiel Elliott back. I think it's the confidence that maybe they lacked a week ago in Malik Davis. But, hey, Malik Davis continues to look good. Even when he got in there in the fourth quarter when they put some reserves in, Malik Davis continued to run the football.
Still building the plane while it's in the air. Thank everybody.
Well. All right, when we come back, we'll hear from Coach McCarthy. We'll take your phone calls. We'll take your texts, 877-881-1053. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so appreciate everybody for tuning in. This will be the post-game analysis. The Cowboys now 7-3. That's a whole lot better. Can I see 7-3 all the way down? 7-3 all the way down on the chat there. Appreciate everybody, man. And this type of thing, the Cowboys being able to do that, coming off of an emotional loss, right? And the Cowboys are pretty much in the driver's seat if they continue to just do their job. We understand that we need to rely on another team to lose a game, but if we just continue to do our job, man, everything else will work its way out. We got a slew of games that's coming right around the corner here. And I said this and I said this before. There's only one team that can beat the Dallas Cowboys team, and it's the Dallas Cowboys. It's the flat-out Dallas Cowboys. We just put up 40 points to 3 on a home game against a red-hot team that was 8-1. And I know a lot of people going to try to water this victory down, let them do such. A lot of people still got their reservations. A lot of people will pick up the goalpost and continue to slide it down and say, well, this is what the Cowboys do during the regular season. Can they do it in the playoffs? But my goal was to get back to the playoffs, right? And then when you get in the playoff, then you try to win you one game from there. Then you try to win you 2 games from there, and then you try to win you 3 games. You guys get where I'm going with this, right? Just one day at a time. Only 3 incompletions for Dak Prescott. Yes, he went and they stuck to the formula. And I saw them that they were able to stick with that formula even in the first quarter. Even in the second quarter, they didn't stray away from it. So I love seeing that, Cowboy Nation. Like I said, I'm going to say this again. From the high heavens, the Cowboys, the only team that can beat the Dallas Cowboys are the Cowboys. Right? It was Kirk Cousins, yeah. And then a lot of people look at this thing and say, all right, here's the thing. The Cowboys itself, right? themselves, well, you can't do it against this competition. You can't do it against that competition. Well, you can take that and throw it out the window now. You can't. And Justin Jefferson, we had, and now it could be that my guy was giving some reverse psychology on Justin Jefferson. J. Ron Kurtz said he was the best wide receiver in the National Football League. And he only had, how many, can y'all put his stats down, 33 yards or something like that? You know, if Paul says it was a good win, yeah, it was a really good win, man. We did an unbelievable job. Did I miss Law saying it? Yeah, how about them Cowboys, baby? You know, yes, indeed, man. It's 3 for 33 yards, man. Y'all fill all off into here, man. Y'all fill up this room, man. Y'all fill up this room. This is what we need.
Breakdown.
We need y'all up in here, man. Hit that tugboat sound, baby. I got you, man, because something happened. You know, with the Vikings, they were sounding like this. And now they sounding like this. 5 catches for 33 yards, man. Can we agree Diggs is the best in the league if that's the case? Yeah, appreciate you. Well, he got to be. He got to be. Dak attack in full effect. You know, and I think shout out to my guy, the OC and Boss Cowboy Sports. Appreciate those boys. They talked about leaking Tony Pollard in the backfield, right? And we talked about all last year about utilizing Tony Pollard in the passing game, right? In college, he was a slot wide receiver. We talked about those things. We heard about all offseason that they were going to contextualize it by using Tony Pollard in the passing game more, right? And we've seen these things, like we seen how he was able to find short areas. He got short area quickness. We saw all of those things before. We saw them all before in training camps and Oxnard, right? And we saw it in spurts and games. But the Cowboys said, you know what? We're going to stop all of this buffoonery and bull sugar, and we're going to give Tony Pollard a look. We're going to give Tony Pollard some spells in the backfield, right? And we seen that passing the ball in the flats, even when the play on a wheel route. I said, my goodness, those are things that we've been seeing since day one. And now we're seeing it now out of Tony Pollard's game. So let's get it. Diggs shut Jefferson down. I feel you on that. Yep.
For the Minnesota Vikings, 40-3, as they improved to 7-3 on the year. They knocked the Vikings down.
Let me see 7-3 in the chat.
37-point margin of victory today at Minnesota. Second highest margin of victory on the road in franchise history. The other road game where the Cowboys had a higher margin of victory was back in 1968 at Detroit. So the Cowboys just so close to getting the biggest road victory in franchise history. But we will take this. It's not often that we get this kind of victory party. 37 points, you go on the road, and you beat a Minnesota team that was coming off a big-time statement win a week ago against Buffalo. I don't think many people were giving the Cowboys a chance this week, Brian.
No, it's funny. I mean, these people are going after me on the text, which I think is hilarious. He picked Dallas to beat Green Bay last week, so you see where that got me. You know, that kind of thing.
He did pick
like I
Vikings
say,
to win.
Great victory for the Cowboys. And, you know, nice job. It really, really was. I mean, there were things that they're not – everything that we were worried about in this football game, their ability to stop the run, I think they did a nice job tonight. I don't think Minnesota particularly ran the ball or tried to run the ball. I think it played right into – I think that played right into Dallas's hands. You saw what Dallas can do if they make a team very one-dimensional. And I think the quarterback, who was not very good last week, throwing 48 passes or 49 passes, that's not his cup of tea. This week, you saw what happened. Better balance. Play caller did a much better job today, calling plays, kind of put them, right there. So, I'm totally okay with how the Cowboys played today, and I'm glad defensively they were able to do what their strength is. That's rush the passer and then find a way to cover. And they did that today, So I have no problems, like I say, picking the Minnesota Vikings today. The Vikings had one of their worst games that they've had all year. I mean, I watched their tape. They've had some really, really nice wins. Down 17 to Buffalo last week, who everybody, you start to talk about teams that we all love the Buffalo Bills of that team we all love. You go to Orchard Park, get a victory when you're
Right.
17 down. Oh, okay. I'm going to give you respect. I'm going to absolutely give you respect. Dallas did a great job. They didn't do a good job last week. They didn't do a good job at quarterback.
Man.
They didn't do a good enough job playing run defense. They didn't do a good enough job of giving up or preventing big plays. They were able to do that against Minnesota. That was a
Parsons out there lobbying again. Come on, then. Odell Beckham Jr. says they went crazy today.
Post-game show of your Dallas Cowboys, 40-3. Cowboys knocking off the Minnesota Vikings here today. Of course, we'll go over some of the other scores in the NFL. The Giants did lose today to the Lions, 31-18. They also did suffer a loss with their best corner, Adoree Jackson, was injured. He suffered a sprained MCL. He's going to be out about 3 to 5 weeks, and the injury occurred during a punt return, which is big. So he's going to miss the game this Thursday on Thanksgiving as the Cowboys will take on the Giants. So that's a big loss for the G-men on a short week, and one moving forward, a big absence for them as the Cowboys look to try and exploit their secondary. CeeDee Lamb today, Cowboys didn't need a big game from him, but he did have that big-time catch along the sidelines, 5 catches for 45 yards. He had that 27-yarder to set up the Brett Maher big field goal.
Yeah, once again, it's I tell you what, the thing about it, the quarterback played outstanding today. He was outstanding, and he was well within himself. He was accurate.
No doubt.
He didn't look hurried. There was a lot of times last week where that was a problem, and you worried about that. You worried about the pressure. The Cowboys did a great job up front. Offensive line deserves a game ball for the way they played today, because they kept the pass rush at bay for the Vikings. Dak was able to make his reads. The touch was right there. There was some quality throws. He read things right. He didn't make mistakes. The receivers didn't make mistakes for him. So, that's the way you got to play football. But again, throwing the ball 48 times is not the best thing for him. You saw exactly how Dak Prescott needs to play every week, and they're capable of doing that.
877-881-1053, the number to call, the number to text here on the official postgame show of the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification across the Dallas Cowboys radio network.
LDFM and HD1, Dallas Fort Worth.
What's up, everybody, man? Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Justin Jefferson just bought a home on Diggs Island. Yeah. He locked down on that island, too. Yeah, appreciate you, Weezy. And he couldn't even get to his own house. Yeah, he couldn't get to his own house on his island, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support, man. Appreciate you so much for jumping in. Total beat down, man. I don't even know how they'll feel about this, man. Losing like that, holding that L, toting that L around, it's terrible. Built by Bama Diggs, yeah. So Bama beat LSU, huh? Appreciate y'all, man, so much, man. Listen.
This team can be special.
Just about the combination of Zeke and Pollard when they're out there together. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, they're dynamic, and obviously when you have them both out there, defense doesn't know what's coming at them. Just for TP to have 2 touchdowns out of the backfield, receiving, Zeke to have a couple rushing, it's just impressive. Those 2 guys can do whatever you ask them to do. They have no egos, and they're a great duo. We're blessed.
Your defense, a lot of criticism coming into this game. How about how they answered 7 sacks today on this Minnesota team?
I knew they would. They definitely heard everything that was out there. Those guys are hungry. They wanted to come in. They wanted to respond, make a statement. And when we get up and we give them some points ahead, that's what they're capable of doing tonight is hunting, and they did that for sure.
Quick turnaround. You got Thanksgiving against your rival Giants. Your early thoughts on that one?
Ready to go. Obviously, I missed them the first time, so ready to get at them this time and have a great Thanksgiving game.
Good luck. Have a great holiday.
I'm sure
Dak
he is
Prescott.
eager to get after the Giants after he did miss them the first time.
He's good against the NFC East.
Oh, boy, is he.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, is he. Tracy with Dak, brought to you by WinStar World Casino and Resort. Home to over 8,500 of your favorite electronic games, more than 1,000 table game seats, and 1,400.
That would have been a cherry on the top if the Colts took care of business, man. That would have been too much like right?
Casino of the...
And it would have been too much like right if we took care of business last week. But, man, we can't be down, maybe 40-3.
2 punch with Pollard and Zeke. I also loved how they had Pollard involved in the passing game, which we haven't seen enough of this year. This offense can be so hard to beat.
Hard to defend.
Right.
It really is hard to defend. And if the play caller can find a way to have good mix, and keep defenses off balance, this team plays really well when they play with pace, and they stay ahead of the chains. And, but the whole thing is about having rhythm, and it's about being consistent. It's not about having a 17-play drive and score, and then the next 3 series go 3 and out.
Right.
Because maybe you have an overthrow, maybe you have a drop, maybe you have a penalty. They didn't have the killer penalties that they've had, on offense. This team likes to. I always say this team doesn't like prosperity. Tonight they took advantage. They played well. They liked prosperity. They got opportunities, and they were able to take advantage of it. And that's how this team's capable of playing. What's sad is that one week they could look like absolute ass, and then the next week just blows somebody out.
Yeah, it's a consistency issue.
And again, a Green Bay team that we saw on Thursday night just, give up the goat. That's
the rhythm need to be set. I think they're setting it now.
To me, the Minnesota Vikings are a much better team than the Green Bay Packers.
They are.
But you want to go out there and lose to them, So they're capable of playing like this every single week.
Certainly are. And the consistency is one where week to week, you've just got to be able to carry that over, especially a defensive performance. If you're able to do this against a Minnesota team that can beat you in so many different ways, when you have 2 talented receivers in Jefferson and Thielen. And heck, TJ Hawkinson, a guy who had a really good game a few weeks back when he was a member of the Lions. Cowboys
lost 2 times.
Check today. He was their leading receiver, but he just had 5 catches for 34 yards on 9 targets. They did an excellent job. So outside of that one game against the Lions, Cowboys have continued to do an excellent job defending the tight end this season.
Yeah, no, they've done a great job. They really, really have. That's something that when you watch teams play nowadays, everybody has that guy that they can go to, and a lot of teams have those special tight ends. That's what college football has done. It's developed a lot of these guys that were wide receivers, big wide receivers. All of a sudden now they're tight ends in the league, and they're up the field players, and they make a lot of big plays. So yeah, it was that's something that was worrisome, because they brought Hawkinson into this game, or actually in a couple of games, I think he had 16 catches going in. So they obviously thought of him as a very, very good, capable target, and a player that they were willing to go give draft compensation up to go get, because he could be a difference maker.
Speaking of difference makers and wide receivers, pregame the chatter was, one Odell Beckham Jr. had narrowed down the focus to the Cowboys and the Giants. Well, he is taken to Twitter. They went crazy today with the 2 eyeballs. Micah Parsons quote tweeting that with a couple of eyeball emojis himself. Come on then! Exclamation point. Trayvon Diggs has entered the conversation as well. The recruitment of one Odell Beckham Jr. continues, and he is taking notes of how well the Cowboys played today, and maybe not so well the Giants played today, Brian.
Well, it's going to be about recruiting, and it's going to be about their ability to, we've said this from the word go, that can the Cowboys find a way to recruit, and can they play well enough? This was an important game today. You go out and get embarrassed, and then something happened against the Giants, and then all of a sudden, you're a 6-6 football team. Why would Odell Beckham want to come here? With the Eagles, with a 3-game lead and all. The whole idea is to play meaningful football. Not go to a team that's just going to sit there and struggle. So yeah, this was a huge win for the Cowboys in the regard of showing Odell Beckham what they're capable of doing. And, they need to go out on Thursday and find a way to beat the Giants and get right back into this thing.
Ryan Clark also taking to Twitter, the former Steelers safety, now on ESPN, saying, I don't care what anyone says. CD must have heard Jerry Jones and all this OBJ talk. He's trying to let the boys know if we get O, we got 2 number ones. I like it. Man's not letting y'all test his gangsta, treating every football like a bat phone on draft night. Odell Beckham Jr. saying he's been a number one, though. Nobody can change that. He's already defending maybe his future teammate there, Brian. So some love to Odell Beckham Jr. and CeeDee Lamb.
See, you had receivers that play tonight like Odell Beckham plays that go and get the football. There were some passes there. I thought Dak threw the ball great, but there were a couple of passes where, you had Gallup had to go and extend and reach for balls and stuff that were a little high, a little wide. That's okay. That's what you need. Those are the kind, as long as your guys are making those kinds of plays and you add a guy like Odell Beckham who can make plays like that, so a big-time player who defensive coordinators are scared of when, it's third down, hey, get as many of those guys as you can on the field. Dallas has done a great job of evaluating their team. They realized they weren't very good at the run. They went and tried and got Hankins to try and shore up some things in the middle. They've played better in the middle on the defense.
Man, LVE came down the field, baby.
We like them, but they're not difference makers out there. Let's go out and get a guy who's been a difference maker. So the front office is telling you it's not that, it's not anything that we're saying. It's really what the front office is saying. Hey, we need to be better at what.
Let's go get it, man. They did that thing out there, man, Cowboy Nation. So it is what it is at this point, and I appreciate the Cowboys for doing that and standing tall about that. So that's 100 love for me when the Cowboys got the ability to do those type of things, and let's continue. It's not over with yet. It's definitely not over with yet. Cowboy Nation, it's definitely not over with yet. So they got a long way to go, not a short way to go, and truth be told, this team, if they continue to play like that,
Odell Beckham Jr.
A lot of things can happen.
Who knows how quickly he'll be able to get up to speed? But I think T.J. Hawkinson's a good example of that. If Odell Beckham Jr. he's been trying to get himself into playing shape medically, if he clears, I think he's a guy that probably could be able to pick up your playbook pretty quickly. We saw a guy move just recently with the Hawkinson example from Detroit to Minnesota. He comes in, makes an immediate impact. I don't know if it's too much necessarily to ask from OBJ to be able to come in and make an immediate impact. But even if it takes a couple of games, the point is I think you really just want him come playoff time and see if he can help you win one of those games and get you over that hump that you've struggled in recent years.
Yeah, that 4th and 3 play last week in Green Bay could have been an Odell Beckham play. Could have been a bunch formation, stack, whatever you want to do, and just like run picks or, screens or whatever off it with him, going in and catching the ball on the move and getting a first down. That's what this guy does. He brings you big-time plays, especially clutch plays. This guy's, the Super Bowl, he was well on his way to having over 200 yards receiving in that football game in the Super Bowl, until he got hurt. That's what this guy does. That's what the Cowboys have identified him. That's what the Giants have identified him. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a team we're not thinking about, too, out there that might be in the Odell Beckham, he's talking about Dallas and emoji eyes and all that stuff like that, but he's looking for a longer-term deal. Somebody's going to have to come up with that, I think, as well.
You always have a Buffalo, maybe a Kansas City that's got some wide receiver injuries. You never know. There always could be a dark horse team looming out there, Brian. That's a great point by you, the Odell Beckham Jr. Conversation that we can unpack throughout the post-game show as we hang out with you for another 2+ hours here on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Your calls, your texts, plus head coach Mike McCarthy. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Yeah, they said 2+ hours, so they're going to have a long time with y'all, man. All right, so what we're going to do here, let me just go over the stat lines one more time. The Cowboys, 40-3 in the victory. Hey, there's no room for any negative energy off of this, man. This is what you want your team to look like. Dak Prescott, 22 for 25 for 276 yards. Tony Pollard shined, man, with 15 carries for 80. Tony Pollard, 6 catches for 109. So, and then even CeeDee Lamb, 5 receptions for 45. Our tackle leader in this game basically was Jaron Kearse, Parsons, and then Dorrance Armstrong. Shout out to Leighton Vander Esch. He filled in the gap this game. And shout out to Damone Clark, too. He did a great job. Sam Williams was coming right along the way, picking up the pieces when his name was called. 2 tackles for loss. Don't sleep on tackles for loss, ladies and gentlemen. Those plays go big in my book. Matter of fact, Armstrong's tackle for loss, Parsons' tackle for loss. Armstrong literally had 2 tackles for loss. But the most key ingredient was holding Kirk Cousins to only 105 yards passing and holding the Minnesota Vikings under 100 yards rushing, man. And how they do that, ladies and gentlemen, they did it because of this right here, TOP. I know you guys can't see it, but time of possession counts for your defense, because if the opposing team is not able to get the ball, then they can't put up the yards. I'm quite sure if we had more and more 3 and outs as far as our offense, and if we was pads happy, they would have had more opportunities to run the ball. So this game was well thought out, and they went back to the drawing boards. They got the emotions out the way. 37 time of possession, 37 minutes, juxtaposed to the Minnesota Vikings 22 minutes. That goes a long way in my book, Cowboy Nation, and you got to love that, man. So what I want to do, man, is let me speak on this Odell Beckham situation. I know we won this game, but I don't want you guys to be prisoners of the moment once again. The Vikings were ranked 27th, 28th in pass defense. I'm not saying that we can just do this on any team, and I'm not saying that the Vikings DBs are horrible, but when things get down into the playoff time, things get more congested, and players will be able to make more plays on balls. That's all I'm saying. So you want to try to better your best. You got to look at the drawing board and say, okay, is Odell Beckham better than Jalen Tolbert? Can Odell Beckham bring you a little bit more than what Noah Brown brought to the table, if healthy? If healthy. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he can come right on in and spark up everything. Let's do this, Cowboy Nation. Let's do this, Cowboy Nation. Y'all let me know when any important interview is on, and then we'll switch over. But in the meantime, in the between time, I want y'all to call my line, man. Look, we can't have like 5 or 6 points because I got to go grab something to eat. I only grab me a snack, right? So I don't want to pass out on y'all, man. But the phone line is up top. Let's go. Cowboy Nation. Better your best. Yeah, you're right. I want y'all to know.
There is one other participant in the conference. Please announce yourself.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Cam. Oh, Cam, you the first one up in here, man. Talk to me, man.
Man, I don't think I want to say good game. I'm glad, you feel me, we won this game.
Yeah.
We need when we got a blowout like that, I want to start resting up our guys because I don't want it to take a toll, on down the line and things of that nature. Good game by Dak and the formula, and us Cowboy fans have been saying it for years.
Right.
When you balance out the defense, you don't have him throwing as much, we win games. It's like we're undefeated in that area.
Yeah.
But when you have him throwing hella passes because you're trying to make him a star with up, man, just let the offense run the offense that's running, a balanced offense.
Right.
Okay, our defense got good with the run today. And if we just do that, and we just stick to the formula and stop changing the formula every time versus somebody, man, hell, we'll win the damn Super Bowl. We do that.
Man, this is, man, and I'm saying it right now, man. Like you said, let it hang. This is a Super Bowl formula. And I know somebody can be like, I see the Cowboy won and you're talking about Super Bowl. But, dog it, this is a Super Bowl formula. When I say the NFL is wide open, look, if you can play that efficient level, right? And Dak, he really didn't have to force the ball. Difference is he didn't force the ball into coverage. Look, take the underneath. And now our underneath guy is Tony Pollard juxtaposed to my guy Dalton Schultz.
Right.
Yeah. So this is Super Bowl caliber formula, man.
And for everybody, and I want to say this, for everybody who was like, we don't need Zeke, today showed you why we need somebody like Zeke.
Yep, you need him. You need him, man. You need him, man, to step inside, man, and hold that block down. All it takes is one play for momentum to switch. And if somebody ain't willing to step inside that block, man, the crazy things that happen. What you got?
Let me ask you this, Law. If you got a running back out there, just say he's taking 25, 30 carries a game.
Right.
you know, it going to wear him down. Pretty much how Ezekiel was when he first got there.
Right.
He was he was our number one back. Now that you got Thunder and Lightning, you put that together, man, that's a perfect storm.
Man, hello.
That's a perfect storm.
Man, I appreciate you for calling in, man. That's the fast Willie Parker and Jerome Bettis formula all the way. All right, man, let me hear you say it before I let you roll, fam.
Man, how about them Cowboys, baby?
Yeah, man, Cam. Hey, man, y'all get what I'm saying, man. My guy, Dallas Cowboys, 19 of 92, man. You live, fam.
Yeah, what's up, Law Nation, what's up?
Man, dog, it's all you, man. Talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
Yeah, I'm going to say this, man. That's the formula. We got to stick to that formula.
Got to stick to it, man. Yeah.
That formula is Dak to get the ball 25 to 30 times a game of throwing, and the rest is 15 for Zeke, 15 for Pollard, and that's how we're going to get we got to go. And you see who set the tone? The one who set the tone for that whole team was Michael Parsons. Parsons set the tone.
Yeah, that sack fumble, man. Yeah.
That's right. That's what set the tone. And also D-Law out there showing out on a broken foot. This is the type of game we needed. I hate to say that we lost last week, and I can't stand Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
But we needed that loss to get what we had to get to.
Man, that's the best Madison you can. Madison tastes nasty when they go down, man. Turpentine and all of that stuff, some 666 and a half a cup of orange juice, man. That stuff tastes terrible. But that's what we needed, man. That's what we needed, fam. Appreciate you for calling in.
That's right. Thank you, Law. Y'all have a blessed day, man.
Yeah, it's some old school stuff, man. A lot of young cats don't know about that 666 and a half a cup of orange juice, man. They don't know about that stuff, man. But 815, my dog, my man over here, Brandon, man, talk to me.
Man, look, it's undeniable, man. The formula is the formula. Dak played had an A+ game against the 27 ranked pass defense. It was really good. He hit the open man. He didn't have to force no ball. Tony Pollard was running wild. He still ain't got touched on them 2 touchdowns.
Right.
The formula is there. To me, they threw it. I'm not gonna say it was stat padding at the end, but that kind of had got a few extra passes at the end. But that's the formula. Tony Pollard, we need Zeke, but Tony Pollard is a playmaker. He just got that extra juice.
No doubt, man. That doggone Tony Pollard, man. That's why his Instagram name is the Playmaker. He makes extra plays out there. And I look back at these teams. I've seen a quarterback win 7 Super Bowls. His name is Tom Brady. But the first 3 or 4 Super Bowls, he always had like a little scat back that can catch plays out of the backfield. He had a power back out of, I think, Lawrence Maroney and all of those boys. So I look at it, or Corey Dillon. I look at it like if you utilize that, let this guy be the game manager. Let him not wet the bed. Play sound defense. Play keep away. TOP. This is a Super Bowl formula.
Absolutely. We played really well today. But like I said, I'm not gonna judge that. We're gonna win a lot of games. My judgment is in the playoffs.
I already know, Chi. Appreciate you, dog. How about him, Brandon? How about him, man? Shoot, my dog Brandon, man. Let's see what they talking about.
Win the game. Sure. And that series.
Got to listen to Brad Sam, man.
I didn't think he threw the ball great last week either. Now maybe he had a little thumb issue, and you have the wet ball, and this was not that. He was. I can't think, Zach, to tell you the truth, I can't think of a single thing that anybody did that you'd want to find fault with in this game, and that would include Dak.
Absolutely.
Brad, okay, if this week doesn't matter from last week, then what does Thursday mean for this football team?
So what I hope that this teaches them, Brian, I think the story, and Babe and I tried to tell it early.
Sure.
I think the story was that, and it wasn't really widely reported on during the week, but the players got together early in the week last week.
They kind of downplayed that. They kind of downplayed all that, didn't they?
Not kind of.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, okay, yeah. I was being nice.
Yeah.
They gave you the Heisman, and you got to vote.
They did their best to keep.
Y'all can't hear it?
I do, and they did their best to cover it up. But in fact, I think that there was a little bit of, some people call it finger pointing. I don't think that's what happened in that meeting. I think there was a call to accountability of a lot of people by a lot of people. I think they got some things off their chest, and I think that they will not. That doesn't mean they won't lose another game, but I think that they will not play their best the rest of the way. And that's, now look, maybe the Giants are coming back to earth a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, you'll watch the tape. You well know, Brian, you'll go in, you'll watch the tape of the Giants-Detroit game, and you'll see, what did Detroit do?
Right.
What did they do that we can do? But the main thing is, here's what folks don't understand. The team psyche and confidence in this league are really much more fragile than you'd imagine. So you're 6-2. You go do what you do for 4 weeks without your quarterback, and you're in the race, and you're not supposed to be in the race, and you go up to Green Bay, and you're really doing very well until you lay an ostrich egg, and now everybody's questioning everything.
Yep.
And so what this game does, I think, is refocus for them when they pay attention to accountability, and each guy. I talked to Tyler Biadasz after the game. The offensive line, it was a microcosm of whoever the 11 guys were on the field on either side of the ball at any time. When everybody's just doing their job and really focusing, doing the best they can, they have a chance to be pretty good. Some of them maybe got, read some press clippings or got to thinking that it was a little easier than that at some point going into last week or during the game. I don't think they think that anymore. But now they know what they're capable of. This, I think, gives them the first real indication of what they're capable of. Now, the Giants will present a whole different set of problems. So, I know Barkley didn't have a good game today, but he's still Saquon Barkley, and Daniel Jones ran right down their throats early in the year in a game that they won. But they're in a position now that, and I do think the coaching staff does a pretty good job of focusing them on this. So what are they, 7-3? They got 7 games left. And if you can win 4 out of 7 games, you're going to be playing an 18th game. And you've got a real chance, if you can win this one, to maybe feel decent about your chances to win the next 3 after that. So, but you can't win any of them until you win the next one. And when you lose focus, Green Bay happens. They didn't like how that went. When you maintain focus, this can happen against a good team that hadn't hardly found a way to get its own way at all year. So I think that's what it does. I think it gives them a kind of a real mental boost that they hopefully will be able to go forward with.
Brett Maher has been a real weapon for this football team. A 60-yarder and then 2 50-plus yarders. How much of an underrated storyline has the emergence of Brett Maher and really solidifying that kicking situation been?
I would say very. And I talked to him afterwards, too. I said, you ever had to kick 2 60-yarders back-to-back? You ever seen anything like that?
120 yards, man.
And, if you think about it, when you look at Maher, he just seems like he's in a groove. He goes out. He never changes expression. He just, boom, kicks the ball. But before the second one, after whatever that nonsense was with the instant replay, now you got to do it again. And they focused in on him, and I just happened to steal a look at the monitor, and I saw him take a deep breath. And you never see him do that.
Instagram and Twitter's undefeated, man.
Did you have to kind of refocus, recenter yourself? He said, yeah. I had to just make sure. He said, I'm hitting it pretty good. And I just had to make sure that I got myself back to that point. I mean, he's money right now. He's so consistent.
I like it.
That, Babe said it during the game. You put him out there, let him kick 55 yards. I'm not even looking twice. And that's what they've got. And when you have that kind of a kicker, that's why there was so much gnashing of teeth when they were
gnashing of teeth.
Brian, what was the kid's name? I can't remember his name. Who was with Hyrule?
Greg Zuerlein.
Garibay.
The other one.
Garibay. Jonathan Garibay.
Yeah.
Garibay.
Yeah.
Garibay. Yeah. And you know.
That's a hard pitcher right there, though.
Oh, sure.
That pitcher go hard.
Broadus was in Oxnard under the goalpost dodging the Garibay kicks.
Yeah. Thought it was a soccer goalie in the World Cup.
We're thinking, what in the world are we looking at? And then they re-signed Maher. What did everybody say when they re-signed Maher? Oh, really?
No, everybody said that, man.
Here missed extra points.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So not anymore. And
everybody ready to get rid of Zerline.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. He is one of the best, least told stories on this team right now. And one reason that I hope they get on a nice roll is that it'll force people on the outside to talk about him and appreciate how reliable he is.
Brad, any other takeaways from this one before we put a bow on it and look ahead to Thanksgiving?
You know, obviously their pass rush is still pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 7 sacks of them.
But I think the big takeaway for me, the bow that I
saw extra effort in this game.
The old, interdependence of complementary football. When you score with that kind of regularity, then you don't really have to worry about getting gashed by the run because you're going to be ahead, and they're going to have to drop back and throw the ball. And that was Cousins anyway. He's more of a drop back guy. They got a different guy this week. So, Daniel Jones will run, and they'll have to have a plan to watch out for him. But I think that when they've been good, the complementary football, it was that way the first few weeks with Cooper Rush, and everyone was talking about Cooper Rush. Yes, but the defense never gave up more than a touchdown a game. And so he didn't have to do anything but play his game. And if you can be complementary of the other side of the ball with an E, you're in pretty good shape. You can win a lot of games that way, and that to me is the bow that I would tie around. It's another great example of what happens when you play complementary football.
No doubt.
Brad, you are the best, my friend. Always enjoy getting to catch up with you. Have a safe flight home, and we'll visit with you on Thursday.
Thank you. Okay, boys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. There he goes, the voice of your Cowboys, Brad Sham.
Shout out to Brad Sham, man. All right, so we got 6 people in here, and I got 214. I got my guy Scott, and I got MJ. Those are the next 3. Jump on in, because when I lock it down, man, it's going to be locked down. All right, so 214, you live, man, from the Grand Prairie. You live, dog.
Hey, look out, Law. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm well, man. I can't complain. Talk to me, man.
Hey, we can't ever complain with a victory like we had
40-3.
today, man. Come on now.
Hello.
Hey, first of all, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Okay, first of all, I want to start out like this. I remember that joke you made about the Kappas, but I'm just letting you know I'm the big Kappa up in here, but I still love your show, my brother.
Wait a minute, what Kappa? You know what I'm saying? Are you talking about, are you a big Noop over there?
I'm the big Phi Noop, baby.
Oh, you big Phi Noop.
Hey, we get down dirty too, baby. Don't let them fool. All of us, we still know when to get pretty.
Yeah.
We ain't that pretty that we can't get dirty, baby.
hey, man, sometimes they were too sweet. Yo, baby.
Yo. Hey, but check this out. I know you from Mississippi, man.
Yeah.
But I'm from Arkansas, baby.
Oh, okay.
But I just want you to know, man, we travel along the same path, baby. But I wanted to say something about that ref call, man.
Talk to me, man.
Kick. Man, I ain't never in my life seen nothing like that, man. How they gonna let this man kick a field goal and come back and tell you they replaying the play before that?
Right. I never seen that.
Hey, man, it's a trip. Hey, man, they tried their best to cheat us, man. They tried their best, but they couldn't help them. Man. We steal them boys. Hey, another thing, Law, I wanted to hit on.
What up?
Man, I'm going to tell you our secret weapon. We talking about OBJ. I'm cool with that. But still, man, they should have been using Law. I'm sorry, not Law. They should have been using Pollard in the pass game, bro.
They need to use Turpin, man.
Dog, they was telling me that we were crazy when we looked up the body size, the height, the measurables, and everything. We was like, hey, man, what Debo is doing, Pollard can do, you know? And they're like, nah, they were hitting us with, you out your mind, you know?
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Man, he looked good today.
Hey, man, he had his milk. He had his milk on.
He drunk a lot of it. He didn't need none. Nah.
I'm telling you, man. Man, I dig Kevin Moore's play calling today, but I'm not in full agreement with the way. I mean, it's some plays that they can design just for Pollard and Turk.
Yeah.
And keep Zeke out there in the same time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just sad, man. And then another secret weapon, if Dak run that ball, because everybody thinking since his leg injury, he's not going to run.
Yeah.
So he got him fooled right there.
You saw a little bit of it. I saw a little bit of it on the first quarter. I like, they're going to eventually give him the ball. Yeah.
I just don't know why they holding it back, bro. I'm proud of them boys. They played their tail off, man. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was skeptical about this game.
Man, hello.
And, I'm glad they didn't give Diamond Cook that ball that much. Because we still got to shore up the edges, man.
Man, we do, man. But the only way you can do that is by what they did. TOP, man, hold the ball 37 minutes to their 20. Yeah, you win it all day like that.
That's the winning formula. That's the winning formula, my brother.
No doubt. Big Nuke, man. I appreciate you, man. Hey, I put you down as the biggest Nuke, man. I appreciate you, man.
For sure.
Yeah, if you ever in Texas, I see you in 214. But if you ever in Texas, man, hit me up, man. You know, we might have to go talk, man.
I'm living here, Law. Oh,
you right down the street there. You right down the street.
Actually, I'm in Donkeyville.
Oh, okay.
I'm 20 in Donkeyville, bro.
Okay. Well, we got to go grab a cigar or something, man. Sure.
Oh, for sure. Hey, Law, and this that Nuke that do work on air conditioners too.
Oh, okay.
Just so you'll know.
Oh man, you're a real one, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you and your chapter and everything. Salute, fam.
You too. Thank you, bro.
Yes, indeed.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, baby? That's my guy, man. Big Note, man. Show. I got him saved in there, man. He the biggest, man. Shout out to him, man, from the 214. All right, so we got my dog, my brother from another mother, 863. Scott, you're live.
I'm going to start out by saying, how about them Mammy Jammy Cowboys, baby?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Lord. We came out and put 40 up on that board, dog. Did you believe that, man?
Man,
40 burger up on the Vikings.
I was like Thomas, man. I had to fill the holes in the hands, man. You know what I'm saying? I was doubting that we were going to do that much, man.
Bro, I'm just saying, hey, look, I didn't care what the score was. I just wanted a W, man. But, man, 40-3, cuz?
Yeah.
40-3. Now, this is what I want to happen. Because everybody had so much to say about one stinking loss last week.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the way that we lost wasn't great, but every team since 72 lost the game or 3 or 5, made it to the Super Bowl, won or lost. However, we don't, you know what I'm saying? If you said that, hey, you're going to be 12-4, well, dummy, don't they have to lose 4 games? What you pissed off about? What you mad about?
Right.
Let the season play out, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, since the Sunday, I want to put a little word out there. You know, when you get married, and you kiss each other before the preacher say, hey, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder.
Okay.
So they need to find a way to keep Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott together. Pollard is a free agent this season. Man, that boy's a bad member. Boy, we using him in there. Hey, look, they using him like I want them to use Turpin, man. You know what I'm saying? Send Turpin out there for a few passes. Let that man turn up. You know what I'm saying? But, man, look both of them. Hey, you know, Pollard got them long runs, but he couldn't punch him in because he ain't got no power like Zeke.
Yeah.
Zeke went right there and say, hey, look here, son. Look here, little bro. Let big dog handle that. Boom! Bust right up through that little touchdown twice, baby. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's what I want to say about our receiving corps. They did good. You know, what's his name? Browns, he woke up a little bit today. He woke up because he hasn't been all that since, Cooper Rush was our quarterback. But I'm not worried about an Odell Beckham. I worry about Odell once they sign that contract. He's on the team. I don't want to hear no more about Odell Beckham. I done threw up talking about Odell Beckham. I'm tired of hearing about it. But listen, our receivers are doing okay. Yes, we can use another. I kind of hope they'll put Callaway out there to see what if he off drugs. You know what? Let me stop. When we was winning the Super Bowl, we had drug dealers and drug users on our team. Maybe we need to
drug dealers, man.
Get a couple of womanizers and drug dealers on the team. We'll win another Super Bowl because that's all we had on our team last time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm excited about this win, bro. We got to stay focused, get ready for Thanksgiving because I'm gonna be around all my family. And the last time we played on TV, they laughed at me and I was pissed off. And then I started playing R. Kelly songs to piss them off in the church. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, but I'm still gonna do my ritual, man. You just gotta eat before. We gotta eat before the game kick off.
Eat before, man.
Eat on the front end, man.
This is a good formula. Dak balled out. That looked like 2016. That when he was running a little bit, I could see a little fear in his eyes because when your foot is looking at you in the face, that's a problem. So I understand that is still in his head some type of way. But he looked good. You know what I'm saying? The team looked great. The defense, man, all I got to say, they can't get on the shows and say we can't stop the run no more. We got to keep that up.
Yes,
but did we stop that run today or no? Cowboy Nation, did we stop the run today or no?
We did, man. Let me hear you say it because they got Mike McCarthy, Big Mike, on the line, man. Let me hear you say it.
My coach said I wanted from my team, but nobody else wanted. I wanted McCarthy.
You wanted Mike.
How about them Cowboys, baby? Yes. 2019, baby. I called for Mike McCarthy. Nobody else did but me. Let's ride.
No doubt, man. That's my guy, man. That's my guy, man. Scott, man. Appreciate it, man.
Good job of knocking them back and giving our runners space in there.
Big Mike is on the line, y'all.
The
Tell you what, no one
conference has
catches
been
him.
locked.
I do know that since I've been here. I mean, he's there's not too many games he doesn't have a long run, and he takes the wide route there for the big play touchdowns. So his ability to break tackles on a second level and finish is excellent.
You talked about how the run was set up to pass, and the way Dak played today, the accuracy, certainly.
Yeah, I mean Dak, just of the visit with him before the game like he always does, and just the last thing we talked about was just the completions. This is a veteran defense, have a lot of experience, do an excellent job taking the ball away. You can see that all week on video. This is probably the most zone we knew we were going to see going in. I think they do a really good job with their eyes and playing your eyes and so forth. And I thought Dak was extremely, patient. Going back to the touchdown on Tony, he goes all the way through his whole progression. Tony's the last option, and and that's the way you got to play against these guys.
Last option, y'all heard that. Going through his progression.
It seemed like you guys had consistent pressure on him all game long.
Yeah.
Finish the game. How important was that aspect of the game like that?
Well, I mean, let's just be honest. The MO is going to be people are going to try to run the ball on us, and then and then they're going to they got their hands full when they try to throw it, and and that's how we felt coming in. We felt that if we just come in here, stop the run, and let our pass rush have some opportunities, we felt like we'd be successful, and Micah definitely got us started.
Dave. And Micah last week was talking about how he was disgusted by his play and the defense, that lead slip away. Just how he played individually today, and him kind of taking that on himself and kind of stepping out and saying, we've got to stop this fire.
I mean, Micah was extremely productive today. His urgency was at a different level. So I just think, like anything, he's still young. He has the ability to be elite, and this is another standard type game for him that he'll need to continue to play to.
You talked about Micah's urgency, but also talk about the urgency of the team after what happened last week. Have you had a team that had a better response to an emotional loss like you had the way you played today?
Yeah. No, this team's got the work ethic. It's got the attitude. They got they have a hard mindset, which you have to have. And frankly, 7 days ago, just like I told them in the locker room, I said this game is going to help us because for as much as you emphasize a certain thing in this game, whether it's third down or adversity football, adversity advancement, the time that we spent, and then it doesn't quite work out at the end of the game, that stings a little more. And for as good as we've been, particularly about midway through last year, this team it does a really good job with the situational football. I think we're clearly better this year than last year, and I think we've grown in that way. So, to have the opportunity to have the lead again and put it away, I'm glad we were able to get that 7 days, from last week. So, but like I said, 7 days ago in that locker room, we talked about, hey, this game will help us in the long run if we let it and just learn from it. And I think that's clearly was part of our lesson.
Mike, what happened at the end of the half there with Maher after the catch? It seemed to be a long time between the replay guys come out and then he has to do it again.
I think Clay can explain it better than I can. Just some things. They had to look at the catch again, and I guess the buzzer went off right before we kicked it. So that was the delay.
What does it say about Maher to come back and?
Oh no,
120
Brett
yards.
stroked the ball. He had a good pregame. I mean, he was hitting it right on the screws today. I thought he had an excellent day.
Two things. Why didn't the buzzer go off while you called a timeout?
Well, I asked for my timeout back. I agree with you. Once you guys, hey, officiating.
Oh, they cut him, man. All right, it must be my Wi-Fi over here, man. Come on, man. Wi-Fi. Come on, Wi-Fi. The Illuminati. Get it back up there. Yo, this was it. Come on, get back up. Why did they cut it? Come on, audio.
Something we've put time into, and and that was a chunk situation in his play extension, and just CeeDee's patience on the sideline and get the feet down. I mean that's a great teaching tape. So two guys making a big play. That was awesome.
Like you said, this was a total response, but having Dak on one side of the ball and Micah on the other, who are willing to kind of stand up and take some of the heat coming off a game like that, just how important is that when you can have that shared leadership on both units like that?
I speak on this a lot, and I just can't say it enough. I really love this locker room, and we are definitely not short in the area of veteran leadership. We had a chance to visit our leadership council. I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I just so impressed with the way these guys open up their hearts and really challenge each other, and so. I think all that is, part of this championship, formula that you have to have. I mean, you have to go through adversity moments. You have to have moments like last week, and you definitely have to respond like we did this week. So, the reality of it is we're up in 4 days. So this will be a quick flight home. But no, I'm proud of our guys. But the leadership group and the young guys buying in. Micah, guys, the older guys putting their hands around him and helping him grow in that area. So we got a lot of good things going on right now.
A lot of good things.
Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy after this 40-3 win over the Vikings. Coach, brought to you by AT&T, the official 5G innovation partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's get this thing going. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Let's get to the next caller, man. That was a good interview by Mike McCarthy for his analysis and points. I got the next caller that's been waiting over here from the 206. MJ, what's good?
What up, Lord Nation?
Nothing to it, Chief, man. Talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
Oh, man, it was a good game. Like me and you always talk, what we say, run that ball, and then look what happened. It made that look like all world. You see that?
Right.
The best play-action quarterback when he got that running game. But you know what he did, too?
What'd he do, man?
He set them up. Number 9 going to be in there pretty soon when they throw a bomb to him. Watch what I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
And that pass now, with 20 coming out the backfield,
oh, my God.
That just opened the middle. That opened the middle wide open with Dak Prescott. Now he's throwing slants to 13. Never happened. He must have heard y'all talking about the wide receiver routes.
Yeah. He said that they hear things, man. So that's good. You know. Sure, we talk passionate about this team, and see what I want people to do is what we said last week. Take what we said because we passionate about this team, right? You only passionate about the team of the things that you said that you wanted to happen, and it happened for us in a good way.
Yeah, and like I said, the only reason why I get mad, because I know they can't beat that team can beat anybody. And
right,
they finally played that Seattle defense.
They did.
Because you see how the linebackers filled the middle, and then when they run, usually when teams throw halfbacks, number 33 was right there with them. Number 4, like, damn, what is 33 right here? You can't throw the ball. If you throw the ball, you get tackled right there.
Big facts, man.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the key. We play like that. You know, they're going to hit us sometime on some passes. That happens to any team. And the Colts, they did it Dallas. The Colts themselves did the Dallas Cowboy play last week. Got down at the 4-yard line.
And start getting cute, yeah.
And got cute with the plays and had to kick a field goal when they could have scored a touchdown, went up by 10, and would have won the game.
Man, hello.
See, that's what I'm saying. When you get down there, man, you do not get cute, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt at all, fam.
It was a good game. You know, play the same way. They should. Because you know me, I already said they could score 30 a game. They could score 30 a game, Cowboy fans, on anybody. So they got a chance
40
to start
right
blowing
here,
teams out. If they just keep it basic and simple.
Kiss
All
it,
they gotta
you know.
do. If they, you know what I'm saying? If they do it like that, they win it. You know I'm a Kappa too now. You know that, right?
I know you're a Noop, man. We got Noops everywhere, man. Noops of America, man. Y'all running Cowboys communities, man. Noops in the blue fires around here, man. I appreciate you, man. Hey, let me hear you say it before I let you go, man. So the other guy, Big Noop, you gonna be what chapter you from too now? What chapter you from?
I'm from Gamma chapter, University of Washington.
Washington,
I'm winning 85.
Yeah.
The Plus Ultra. That's my line.
Dog, man.
I was number 3 online.
Oh, number 3. Okay, good. Good.
What was you online?
Man, come on, man. You know I ain't no Noop around here, man. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're a cute dog.
No, man. Look. Let's keep this thing funky over here, man. Let me hear you say it, man. Hey, y'all know what I am over here. You know? I'm 5 over this mug, man.
How about them Cowboys?
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man.
Kellen Moore. Keep it like that on Thursday, too, Kellen.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. There's Noop Cities around here, man. File all you. Who gonna play his law over here? Now you can't skip around on the burning sands over here because you gonna have to pledge over here. You can't tell your mama. Come on, y'all. Let's get this thing going the best way possible, man. Coach Marv says, "Let the blue fire talk. Call me, law." Yeah. I got you, Coach. I got you, man. All right, let's see what they talking about over here. Let's go.
Instead of having to maybe fight somebody for him.
Yeah.
You know,
appreciate you, Coach, for the super chat.
The number for a running back, actually, again, I don't have it in front of me, but it'd be something I would sure think about. If you get Zeke to take a reduction and then go ahead and just tag Pollard, and then maybe have 2 backs that you just split Zeke's money is what you do.
That's interesting. I've been under the impression that both would be gone next year. But the tag of Pollard, where you don't walk yourself into a long-term deal,
I don't know. Like you say, I need to probably look up that, but
depending on how much it is. But this is just a really good draft class for running backs.
Sure.
To where I think if you're a Cowboys fan, you shouldn't stress over if for some reason you were to lose both.
Man, pay that
I
man.
think you're going to be able to find a quality replacement in this year's draft.
If you want to,
pay him now.
If you get some benefit out of letting Zeke go, by all means, move on and then tag Pollard. Like I said,
that'd be a great move. Yeah. But they do have a love for Zeke, and I'm sure that they love to keep him around. But certainly that cost would have to come down, and we know financially it does make more sense to move on this year than it has in years past. So that's something that it's a great question and one that we'll be able to kick around and discuss more down the line. More of your call.
All right, so people asking, you got to go to odyssey.com/105 The Fan. That's odyssey.com/105 The Fan. I can't post the link in here because I'm live on Facebook, and they're going to get me for what they call it misinformation. But I ain't finna do that while we live. So check them out, Cowboy Nation, and let's get these other callers in. I'm going to let Coach Marr finish it. So we're going to get Diggs, you next, 862 Uncle Charles. Those are my 3, and then I got 2 other callers in there. Then I open it back up for Coach Mar. But Diggs, man, you live, man, from the 2.
How about them Cowboys, baby?
Come on. How about them Cowboys, man? Come on.
Already. Listen, so I have to apologize to Jessica. I owe you an apology if you're still listening. I owe you an apology, sister. I owe you a big apology, okay? Because they beat the brakes off of these damn Minnesota Vikings, okay? Played this damn defense, and they had an offense. So we had a total of yards of 458 versus 183. Come on now. Rushing 151 over 73.
Why?
And the time of possession was the thing. 37 minutes and 24 seconds. Come on now. We played the game the right way. Okay? And that defense was able to eat because the offense took time off the damn clock and also was producing yards. So they was over their game plan. We gonna open up. We gonna let our ears back, and then we gonna come for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had all the energy in the world.
All of it, man.
So, you know what I'm saying? And then they talking about getting Turpin in the game plan. That's how we used Rocket Ishmael back in the day. Okay? We had Rocket Ishmael doing, different types of plays in the backfield.
Yeah.
And, utilizing him all over the doggone. They moved him around a lot.
Yeah, but he was more utilized in the offense though versus Turpin. But I feel what you're saying though,
Yeah.
Or how we can use it's the how. I see what you're saying. It's the how.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
What they're doing is how they can use him because of his speed. He just a little light in the pockets at 150.
Man, hey, you saw him on the sideline though, boy. He lowered that shoulder. Yes, it's about you doing the hit, not taking the hit. He was doing the hit. Yeah, he put that shoulder love on him. Hey, that's gonna be part of my film analysis there, man. Yes, indeed, man.
He said, hey, don't let this lightweight fool you now.
Don't let it fool you.
If I need to.
Dynamite come in small packages, baby.
Already.
I appreciate
I just had to
you,
come
man.
on here and give a couple of stats and apologize to Jessica. And how about them damn Cowboys?
How about them, man? Shoot, Lady Jessica she make you feel it, man. It be in your bones, man. After you talk to Lady Jessica about them Cowboys, man, you be like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes. 862, you live, man.
Hello?
Yeah, you're live.
Hello?
Yeah, you're live.
Oh, how you doing there, Law?
Doing great, man.
This is another nuke.
It's another nuke.
Coming threes. They coming threes, baby.
Yo, baby. Pepper die around this mug, man. y'all on it, man.
We everywhere, baby. So now we multiply.
Y'all show multiplied around this mug, man. Got the whole line. With 03? You came out in 03? What year you came out, man? What year you crossed, man?
I spent spring 94, Z-Lambda chapter at University of North Florida.
Okay, man. It's going to be the Greek Law Show now, man. Law, fire, law, and the noobs, baby.
Hey, Law, let me tell you something, man.
Talk to me, man.
T-O-P. T-O-P.
Time of possession.
If we do that, they cannot handle the Dallas Cowboys. Run the ball. That's all I'm going to tell you. I've been shooting you some hits here and there, and I've been saying run the ball.
Run the ball.
Not throwing no shade on Dak.
No.
Dak is good for what we have, but we have to run that ball, man.
Yeah, I mean we definitely do that.
Feature pilot, but give Zeke that ball. I'm not saying don't run Zeke. Feature pilot, but give Zeke that rock, man.
Man, hello, man.
So that's where I'm at, brother. God bless. Shout out to all the nukes out there. You know what it is, pretty all the time.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to my guy, man. Oh, hold on. Let me save your name in here, man. I'm gonna put you in here as Noob too. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me put him in here. All right, boy. What's your first name again, fam? I'll put everywhere. No, don't worry about it. Just your that's your new name. Everywhere Noop, you know. Everywhere Noop, man. Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you, fam. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna save him down as Everywhere Noop, man. All right, we everywhere. All right, good call from him, man. And he ain't talking about Dak. You know, I like that secret sauce number, 24 to 27. And what was he today? 22 for 25, man. We go straight to the bowl, man. I ain't talking about the toilet. I'm talking about the other bowl, man, when you do those type of things. And next I have up, man, for the 205, man, Uncle Charles. You Noop too?
Man.
Yo,
man,
baby.
how you doing? What's up, y'all?
What's up, Uncle Charles?
Man, let me tell you something, because I know you got a lot of callers. But let me just say this. It's analytics to what we did today. Now, I'm still stinging about that damn Green Bay game because we got away from the goddamn game plan.
Yeah.
Now, Lord, I'll teach you something real. If you take off your shoe right now and throw up in the air, what will happen?
Yeah, it's going to fall down. That throw it in the air going to fall.
It's going to hit the floor, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then, I want you to pick a buffalo up like you picked that shoe up. You can't do it, can't you?
No.
You can't do it. Because why? Because that damn buffalo is heavier than that damn shoe. It's analytics. It's analytics. It's logic. But if you take that buffalo and drop his ass out of a helicopter, his ass going to hit the ground. It's analytics. It's logic. Don't get from the game plan. This is what's going to take you to the Super Bowl. Listen, look what we did today, y'all, brothers and sisters. We ran the ball. And I don't give a damn if we get 78 yards. If it's half and half with Pollard and Zeke, you best believe that's 10 to 14 points up on the board. It's analytics. It's logic. Now, I don't need to tell Kellen Moore to run the ball. Right. But if he get away from him again, two of them offensive linemen, he take his ass up in their medical camp, in their medical station, and start wailing on his ass. That way he'll stay alive. Kellen, run the ball. You ain't stupid, bro. You ain't dumb and you ain't stupid. You act like you stupid, but you're not. Now let me say this in closing. I'm happy about the win, but I'm still stinging from that Green Bay game. But we have to move on.
Yeah.
We have to move on. We got to move on. Let me just say this. I'm gonna say this in closing because I always leave something for my brothers and sisters. They checked your news today. A police officer filmed a live filming of a UFO. He's protected in real time. He takes it in real time. Now, what I want to know is if it's green men on that UFO. I want to know this: do they pay taxes? Do they celebrate Kwanzaa? Do they watch Soul Wars? I guess we'll never know until the next episode of the Twilight Zone. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And let me tell y'all something. I don't care if it's your friend or your family member. Don't ever let them take you somewhere that you don't know where you're going. God bless my auntie soul, but her husband decided to take me down. Some of his friends, he used to run streets with during high school back in the 40s and 50s. And I need not to tell y'all I went in there. It was like the House of Horrors.
Right.
And after I stood there for 2 minutes, I noticed that it smelled like turpentine and ass, but I couldn't get away from the smell. And the guy said, "You want a beer?" I said, "Man, at this point, I'll take anything." I said, "But I need to use the bathroom." He said, "It's down the hallway." I think he said down the hallway to the left, down the hallway to the right. The damn bathroom in the hallway in the bucket. And after I wheeled my ass up out that hallway and almost died, I got out there on the porch, and there was a lady out there on the porch talking to the rest of them fools, looking like Conan the Barbarian and Hulk Hogan all mixed together. And she went on a systematic tale of how she cut some food up on Friday night. And then she had some long boot soles with ankle and knee support. And she said, she went on, said, "I had to cut him." And what did he do? He got smaller than me, and I started cutting like on Food Channel. And then she asked my name, and I had 3 of them. Charles, Uncle Charles, and Gone. And that's all I got to say. Go Cowboys and stay with the game plan. It's logic. It's the laws of logic. And I appreciate you, Law. Love you, bro.
No, but much welcome to you, man. Thank you, man. Much love to you, Uncle Charles, man. Appreciate him, man. That's my Uncle Charles, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Guard that can't block. You know? That's
all right,
they're
man.
Gonna go out there.
Y'all bear with me for a few seconds.
Late in these games, especially when it's going like that.
No question. And Micah battling through it, and that's a guy that's not going to come off the field. I know probably they were in the game's out of hand. Fans are thinking, what is 11 still doing out there? But he wants his sacks, man.
He does. That's that's the whole thing. My man is trying to get defensive player of the year. And that's how they identify you. You said it, impact plays, sacks, strip stacks, fumbles, all that stuff. That's how you identify the best in the league. And he ain't gonna take an opportunity to sit out, 8-9 minutes of a game. That's just him. And it's not being selfish. It's like, hey, I could go out there and do some more damage to this team we've just beat up on.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
And 2 sacks today for Micah.
Could have had more.
He could have had more, and he'll be looking for more against Daniel Jones and the Giants on Thanksgiving. Micah afterwards continuing the recruitment process of Odell Beckham Jr. after Odell Beckham Jr. tweeting, they went crazy today with the eyes emoji. He wasn't the only teammate. DeMarcus Lawrence, Tank, quote, tweeting that, saying they sure did make the right decision. And Jaron Kearse, who in my opinion played his best game of the season, taking to Twitter saying, now just wait until we get at OBJ to join.
Wow,
Even more
scary.
Love it. So the Cowboys recruitment continues. Let's hear from Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, see if he had any thoughts about
Jerry Jones. Let us Jerry Jones for that other call us on.
Cowboys 37-point victory.
So just in there with Mike and Dan and really talking about how much the team came back from the disappointment this time last week. And I think you wrote where I said the word frustrated 10 times and last week. Well, this was certainly, as far as a game that against such a creditable team, this was a really good team and is a good team. And for us to come in here and play like that on all sides of the ball, particularly the way we kept them out of the end zone on the touchdown, is just unbelievable. And the positive, I know our fans are excited, and you should be. I too.
He don't sound that excited though.
Tell us what we are. I don't know that we're that. I really don't. But I know this: that we're not we are not a team that doesn't respond when it's wounded. Everybody thought against the Packers that we underplayed, and I think you saw what happened when we got out here tonight, and the team all came together. We'll build from this. It's positive.
It felt like
you talked about, Jerry, just at the podium about this togetherness of guys in the locker room and just their willingness to talk things out, especially after that loss at Green Bay. How much do you think that can just help the team grow and get you guys to where you want to go? The fact that guys were accountable and they showed that this season.
I completely believe it.
Everywhere, nope. I see you.
The intangible part of this game. And this bunch was frustrated and got disappointed badly last week. They practiced that way. They played with that on their mind. They went home individually, but they came back together, and they played like a group that was making up for some disappointment last week. But they also played very efficiently and played very good.
Yeah.
And they, frankly, if you go down through, I don't even have to grade the film. I know that they played individually up to the way that you would like for them to play. You win if you, that's the winning grade if you play at that level. So, yes, I do believe just the success and the continued success tonight was a carryover from the feeling of loss that we had last week.
It felt like a statement game.
Yeah.
What was the statement your team made tonight?
Well, that we knew this was a game against a contending team. This is best record, I think, in the whole NFC. But we had such respect for their team and their quarterback and their personnel, their veteran team. And so this had all the hallmarks in it. Home, this crowd is a loud, difficult place to play in. And for us to come up here and take that challenge on, take it on, flying around the ball, really
accepting the responsibility of some of the skill players they've got out there and how to play defense with them, their running game, their receiving game. I just think we watched our team grow tonight.
Statement win from Jerry Jones, 40-3.
Indeed, man. All right, so Jerry Jones, shout out to him, man, on that. He sounds a little defeated a little bit, but somebody asked a real good question if you do bring in Odell. And this is from Peter Hernandez. He says, who do you cut? I think you can waive one of the wide receivers like Fehoko. He'll probably clear waivers, so you can put him on the practice squad. Or it don't have to necessarily be a wide receiver. It could be somebody else down on the roster. And I'll look through it and see who can be the guy that could be on the chopping board. It can be, for me, it could be Ball. He could be Josh Ball. Is he on the 53? You cut Josh Ball, unless Josh Ball been doing some things, on special teams. But it can be Josh Ball. You can cut him, let him see if he clear waivers, and then, sign a guy and then put him on the practice squad. I don't think a lot of people will be clamoring for Josh Ball. Or it might be James Washington. I feel you. I let my guy over here, man, Poindexter, man, from the 409. What's on your mind?
Man, hello?
It was good.
Oh, goodness.
You live.
Hey, man, I've been sitting up in here, man, and listening to this show, man. I'm hearing about the drug dealers on the team in the 90s, Rocket Ismail, Uncle Charles with his analytics, dropping elephants out of helicopters. Man, look, ever since the third quarter, I've been full of them libations. But the reason the Cowboys won is because of their focus.
Yeah.
Man, look, you talk about the offense getting in rhythm. That was the rhythm, a methodical rhythm. You hear what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Control the ball. And that's what I think. I think the offense was definitely in a rhythm.
Yeah.
And that, the difference between them winning this last game was the focus. You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially right now because my focus is Peyton, okay? I'm having a ball. Man. This is a victory. We don't need to be talking about weed every day.
Come on with it.
We're winning.
Yo,
we won this, man.
We won it, man.
I'm talking about stuffed a mud hole in their ass.
We did, man. We look back and say that's where the Vikings once were. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. And the focus, man, just stay focused. This team, man, that's what we saw. We just saw a team that was focused. When they talked the whole week, everybody do your job. And that's what happened. Everybody did their job. Man, I loved it. I loved it, man. As much as you ranted and raved last week, you would be screaming to the high heavens.
I do. I can't right now, man. I want to, man. I badly lost my voice, man. So
check this out. I'm going to take it just like this here. When I said it 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to be seeing it the rest of the year. Victory is mine. Victory is mine. How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? I appreciate you, my brother, man. Thank you, Poindexter. You have a good one, man. Yes, indeed.
You too, my brother.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to him. Hey, yeah. He said since the third quarter he was on John Legend, so I love that, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Trey from the 901, you're live, lady. He said since the third quarter he was on John Legend, so I love that, man. You know what I'm saying? Trey from the 901. You live, Trey.
Hey.
It echoes. Yeah, you live. Good. What's good?
I'm so happy, and I told you Friday. I said, when Parson got in there and told them folks got in their locker room, I believe they really got into a brawl with each other.
They did.
We better than this, y'all. What's going on? We ain't need to go out there and get nobody. We got a squad. They just got to do the play callers, run the damn ball, and they ran it. And I'm sick of these. That's why Stephen A. talk about us so bad.
Yeah.
People getting up here saying stuff like, we shouldn't have did nothing but put that 40 burger up. Them folks didn't score but 3 points.
3 of them things.
So what is everybody tripping on? Shut up. We got this. Now we see how we supposed to play. Now watch what we gonna do to them Giants. And then when we move on to these She-Girls, because they barely won today, they just don't know. Donovan Sue, baby, y'all got him, but what that mean? It don't mean nothing. Trust and believe. Y'all barely made it out of the coast with Jeff Saturday. So I'm going to tell you again, they better watch out. These Cowboys ready. Baby, we didn't do nothing but play ball today. Show folks Dak tired of people talking about him. I want to know what Brandon did tonight. Say something about him tonight, Brandon, because you ain't got nothing to say about him. I got a 5 quarterback, baby, and we going further than this. Y'all better hold on, buckle your seatbelt, because we finna go for a ride. Yes, watch what I tell y'all. And Zeke, everybody want to talk about get rid of Zeke, and this, what is y'all talking about?
Right.
Zeke is the monster. That's our power back.
Yo, you can't get rid of your weapon. That's 14 points. You can't get rid of Zeke.
Man,
he dropped that cantankerous head, boy. He dropped it like that. It's a
got
tub.
The speed. Pollard got the speed, but Zeke got the power. But both of them.
The conference has been unlocked.
No matter. We're going to keep on. I don't care if it's 2 yards. I don't care if it's 3. Keep on pounding them till they get tired like they did. Because who is Dalvin Cook? Who is Jeffrey? They was lost tonight. You weren't going to run no 81 yards on us. Are you serious? And you better be glad Diggs didn't reach up there high enough because he was going to get him one.
That was going to be sick nasty
we
with that.
We shutting it down. And ain't nobody finna get past us no more. Y'all going to see it too. Watch what I tell y'all. Trey Sam said that. How about them Cowboys?
No doubt. Appreciate you so much, Trey. Thank you. All right, man. Shoot. I got Montana, you got to call back, man. I was going to let Coach Marv jump in for a quick second. But hold on. Let me just let you, since you've been supporting, man, all the way through, man. What you got, Montana? Talk to me, man. Talk to me, dog.
Oh,
talk to me, man. I ain't going to squeeze you like that.
All I got to say is I apologize, man. I ain't think, you know what I mean? I thought it was going to be a close playoff atmosphere. It was a preseason game. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I'm just proud of those boys. This is a very strong, complete game. I'm proud of those dudes.
Yeah.
All of them. Zeke came in, rattled. He's beat up. And he's still running hard.
The spirit of the Ohio State, man, was all in his veins, man.
Hey, everybody that's, crashing me about Pollard, look, I respect Pollard. That man is doing his job.
Yeah.
You can't go without Zeke, without Pollard. I'm sorry. It's over with. I'm with the team, bro. Hashtag keep 21 and 20 together.
Yeah.
Let's go. Go Cowboys.
Man, no doubt, man. Let's get it, man. That's my guy, man. All right, man. Let me let Coach Marv in the house, man, to give his analysis, man. He be the last caller, man, because I got a plate full of food that's ready. She done already stuck her head through the door. You already know what that means, so it's time for me to put my nose inside that plate, man. Come on, man. I got Coach Marv from the 803. You're live.
What's going on, Law? Listen, man.
Yeah.
What did I tell you when I talked you off the ledge after the Green Bay game?
Hey, man, this can't be.
What was my
TOP?
What was my main focus?
TOP.
Time of possession.
Yeah.
How much better does defense look when we don't play them but 23 minutes?
Look good.
That's what. That's the recipe for this defense to go out and hunt when teams feel like they press to try to get points because they don't get the ball enough, and now we can hunt. Now we get 6 or 7 sacks. Now guys coming off the edge, everybody's eating. The run game, if you do get 10 yards, it's really not hurting us because you know something? You don't think you're going to have enough time to be patient.
Yeah.
Again, we talking about Odell Beckham.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man. If we control time possession, Odell Beckham would just be another piece in the coverage where he may not even get the ball as much.
Right.
Because if you give it to the guys that you've been riding with for this whole year, then the continuity, Odell Beckham may get 1 or 2 catches a game. Because you got enough weapons that you got to feed already. that can be dominant. I wanted to say this one thing, man, about this game.
Talk to me, man.
In the last 3 weeks, man, in the last 3 games, we have put up 42 points offensively, 28 points. We should have scored 35 or 42 against Green Bay. We put up 40 points this game in 3 quarters. Do we need Odell Beckham? How many other teams out there say that? Can say that we got that potent of offense.
Yeah.
If he wants to come and he want to come here for a dirty level contract 1 year,
I think that's going to be the situation because you got too many people.
That's
you got D-Long,
if he want to treat us like the Rams last year.
Yeah. Say again.
If he wants, yeah.
I don't know how much his contract was last year. What, $5-6 million?
No, I don't even think it was that much because he said half year. I think it was about $2 or $3 million.
Man,
if you want to treat us like that,
about $2-3 million, man. I'll donate $5 that way. You know.
Yeah, but definitely he can't definitely not put us in no bidding war.
No,
there's no way in the world if I was the ownership that I would say we're gonna be in some bidding war, because if I'm in a bidding war, that means I'm gonna have to utilize you way more than I need to utilize you, because I don't want to break up the continuity of this team. And continuity is the word that's gonna get us to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Continuity, playing together, getting in rhythm as a team. This is with continuity between the offense and the defense. Time possession, continuity between the players on the offense, using the offensive players at their key positions and how they work well with each other.
Yeah.
Lord, another thing, I'm going to say the final thing I said. I've been sending you a long time ago, I sent you some things about, man, hit the running backs in the flat. Yeah. How long I've been talking about that, Law? I've been talking about that for the longest.
Yeah.
Because I said it is a dominant thing, and it makes defensive coordinators cringe when you got great guys that can take it to the house when you throw it out there in the backfield, because you cover it with stiffs and linebackers, and they don't want that to happen because they can't handle a back because it can be big plays.
Man.
Cowboys fans, I'll say it as this. Great victory. We need to build on that. Let's don't get too overwhelmed with it, because we got to go back to work in about 4 days to a division game that a team is going to come in here and they're going to test us to run the ball. They're going to test us to trying to keep the ball longer than we going to keep it. And if we keep the ball longer than the Giants, if we get even 32 minutes of time possession against the Giants, we'll put up another 40 burger, and we'll put up another dominating performance.
Let's go, man.
That
ice tub tonight, man. After they land that plane, get in that ice tub, and just look and have a tablet out, and they're gonna be in that playbook, man. Heal up and get right.
I appreciate what you do, man. We had an outstanding live show on Boss Channel, man.
Oh wow!
The keys of the victory. I know you done seen them. I put them out there, and Boss has them out there. I put them out since for week 1. And this is the first week out those keys of victory, offensive and defense. We hit 95% of those, and that's why we win 40-3. If we win those keys that I put out there, check them out sometime, man. If we get those keys, we are a dominating football team. And I would like to tell everybody happy Thanksgiving out there, man. And go Cowboys. Coach Marv, our Blue 5, go Marv, always run the show. Fall 91, Fall 91, my 31st anniversary of Sigma Hood will be coming up tomorrow on the 21st of November 21st, 1991 at Norfolk State University, the Daily Delta Zeta chapter, man. And I salute my Norfolk State Sparks for coming down here in my hometown of South Carolina yesterday and bringing out a victory 42-38 against the South Carolina State Bulldogs. And I was in the building with the green and gold on, cheering my brothers from Norfolk State when we won, man. Blue 5 always running like Emmitt Smith and Big Eric Williams. We run the show, brother.
Yes, indeed,
Salute.
man. Appreciate
Good
you,
night.
man. Shout out to all the good Gold Mob, man. Great, hey, appreciate you, Coach, man. Shout out to him, man. You know, yes, indeed, man. That's Coach Marv, man. Man, Blue Fire over there, man. Look, man, we got a big Greek family over here, man. Come on. Hey, man, somebody said, man, forget it. He goes Spartan over here, man. I appreciate you. Somebody put Go Spartan in the chat. I got you.
Spartan! What is your profession? This is Sparta!
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
You got Knowledge 1914 in here, boy. All right, where my ladies at, man? Where the AKAs at, man? Where the Deltas at, man? Come on, why y'all ain't calling? Where the Zeta Phi Betas at, man? Come on, baby. Sigma Gamma Rose. We might as well keep this thing rolling, huh? Boy, I tell y'all, man, Tony Pollard's interview. Let me listen to Tony, man. Let me listen to Tony Pollard, man, from Memphis, Tennessee.
You know, we called it at the right time and it hit for us.
Call it, I haul it.
Just wanting to be aggressive, you know, just take what the defense gives you, watching film, you know, film study and things like that. So just a bunch of that.
You guys were really physical and you relied on the run. Do you think, you can learn something from this game and take it forward as you guys continue?
Definitely. I feel like, we kind of found our formula, just, run the ball, pounding the defense, dominating, on all phases of the game and, just trying to slow the game down and let our defense go out there and do what they do.
The offense leaned heavily on Ezekiel as the first offensive drive. Can you talk a little bit about his return and how that sets you up, his style of run, how it sets you up to be successful?
Yeah, that was big, for him, just coming back off his injury, getting out there, showing,
I see you, Steve.
He can go and he's healthy. And, it was big. He had a 2-touchdown game, so, it's big for us.
You guys did more 4 tight ends on the field. 6 touchdowns on that, but that was new. Having 4 tight ends on the field, one for Sean.
Appreciate it for the support, Knowledge.
How important are you running?
Just the versatility that they bring, being able to block, D ends on the line and being able to run out in space, make plays, run routes against, safeties and things like that. So just trying to create mismatches and be physical at the same time.
Tuck your chain.
Being a good receiver and also somebody who can obviously run the ball from back as well. How much do you pride yourself in?
It's big, being a back, just not known for just, running the ball, actually you can catch the ball too, because, some backs you kind of look at him and it's like he's not really a big catcher or he's not a big physical runner. So just trying to be balanced and, have a little bit of everything.
Can you talk about what these next few days will look like as you prepare for the quick turnaround?
Yeah, we got a quick turnaround. Monday, we're back in the building, back working, and we'll go from there.
What was your first reaction?
Ice tub tonight.
Reaction when you saw CD come down with that catch?
Oh, I knew he caught it. I'm not sure why it took so long reviewing it, but I was sure he caught it. So.
I think we all were sure that he caught it, Tony.
Yeah.
If you tune into Channel 8 tonight, Joe Trahan's story is going to be about statement game.
That's good stuff from them, man. Let me read all of the super chats, man. I thank y'all so much for your love, man. I thank y'all so much for jumping in to this episode. Got a lot of super chats, man, and I appreciate those who support this channel. My guy, he says Trayvon Hill. He says 25 minutes ago, before there were Greeks, there were Masons who created a thing called fraternities. He shout out to him, man. Appreciate him for your support there. Samoa B, man. Michael B says, super chat, Kellen Moore should be replaced as the offensive coordinator. Come on, man. Hey, Michael B, it's hard to fight for that right now, though, man. It's going to be hard for that, man. But appreciate you for that support there. Tony Boswell, thank you, man. Much respect to Law Nation. Appreciate your hard work. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Knowledge 1914, shout out to you again, Coach Marv, appreciate you. And Sean Cowboys Gill, appreciate you. Shout out to you on the Facebook. Johnson, Don Harris, appreciate you. Nick Garcias, man, appreciate y'all, man. This was a complete game, and the Cowboys needed this so much, man. Mary Lou, thank you. Earl James, appreciate y'all, man, so much. There will be, all right, so this is how I'm going to do next week. We got a game in the middle of the week. I'm going to try to reach out to my guys to see if we can do the final word a day earlier. If not, we'll still keep the final word on Tuesday. They will just ramp up everything. There will be film analysis that come out on Monday, so we'll try to get some of that stuff over there. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. TC0723, he says Vach sent him. Okay, Vach Raid. Shout out to my guy Vach Lombardi. We from the same hometown. We're about 11 years apart, so it is what it is. Shout out to him for what he did for the city of Natchez in the state of Mississippi, man. Mississippi boys, we stand tall, baby. Roster X, appreciate you. The line is always hungry. Big game Thursday. This is a big game. This is a war of attrition. This is a war that we need to stay in tune with. Shout out to you, Dallas Dog. He says, some more it be. Appreciate him. Salute to Vach. This is from Jay Lombardi. Appreciate y'all, man. The next game, we smoking on the Giants pack. Let's get that pack. It's going to be dangerous, baby. Let's go. Kellen getting a go plate to the kid cookout. Yeah, Nick Rich. Yeah, he going to need a go plate over there, man. He's going to need that. So, Cowboy Nation, how y'all feeling, man? I wanted to say this, too. I tried to bring this up before, and let me try to break it down let's try to do this, man. Here's the thing. Cowboys comparison, 61.5 completion percentage, right? And this is Troy Aikman to Jim Kelly. One been to 4 Super Bowls, one been to 3 Super Bowls. One played in the system that was really good for him, and it was about not just the quarterback. It was about Emmett. It was about the playmaker. It was about this defense, a hungry defense, by the way. It was about Jay Novacek. It was about Moose. It was about utilizing the complete team. It wasn't about driven with the numbers, with the stats. So many people, modern-day Cowboy fans, would love to have Jim Kelly. They would love to have Jim Kelly because he was so impressive, right? With the touchdown yards, the passing rating or what have you, yards per game and yards per passes, what have you. And when we look at that and we will say this is a team game. Because one can believe this too. If Jim Kelly was on the Cowboys with the ounce of weapons and the coaching philosophy of Jimmy Johnson, it could be the same, right? It could be him with 3 Super Bowls and Troy with none. So it's about playing on the team that implements its system the best, right? Shout out to Andre Reed and Thurman Thomas. Shout out to the Thomases and Bruce Smith and all of those boys that was over there on the Bills side. And Andre, what was the guy's name? Don Beebe, that was his name. So sure, shout out to them. But what I'm trying to say is don't fall in love with the stats. Don't bang on the table and ask for Dak Prescott, excuse me, to throw for 40 times a game. Don't look for Ezekiel Elliott to have the 100 yards rushing is what I'm trying to get at ultimately. Utilize the formula and the philosophy. All of the other accolades and stuff will come. All of the accolades and stuff. Man, Trent Dilfer got him a ring, right? You know, Brad Johnson got him a ring. Eli got him a ring. And the quarterback that played for this particular team, in my opinion, is 10 times better than Eli, 10 times better than Brad Johnson, the Trent Dilfer, and all of those boys, and Nicholas Foles, and all of those guys, Joe Flacco. So what I'm trying to get at, because so many people want to put the quarterback on a mantle, right? They want to look at it like, hey, it's all only because of the quarterback. No, that's not the case nor the scenario. Dak is being compared to Jim Kelly. No, Dak is not being compared to Jim Kelly. Actuality, Dak Prescott, from a numbers aspect, if you look at the stat line, he will be better, and put the butter knife down, but he will be better than both of the quarterbacks that I just exhibited. But stories of a different day, because you can't really look at it and compare the 90s or the 80s and then you look at what modern day football is at now. But then again, you can also look at size, speed, and the parameters of how these quarterbacks play in modern day time and say, man, they will destroy they would destroy old school football guys, right? But that's just how it is, man. Players are bigger, faster, and stronger now. That's just the reality of it. And we can talk this and that and that and this, but this thing called stat line, you get lost in the sauce, right? A third of the Cowboy fans would look at Josh Allen and say, hey, man, they would love to have him, right? But look what he did against the same team that we just played. He didn't put up 40. So it's all about being in a system that can work for you is what I'm trying to say, Cowboy Nation. All right, my QB stout with it. Yeah, appreciate you, Trey. Thank you. Let's hope that we put this team together. I come here to tell y'all beautiful people right now, the only team that can stop the Cowboys are the Cowboys. If they play to this optimum level, shoot, it'll be crazy. It would be crazy, man. It would be crazy, man. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in so much. NFC is crazy. Cowboys just need to keep winning. Yes, players are bigger, faster now, but the league was tougher then. Yeah, but they say that until they see a guy. They say that until they see a guy like the players that we have now, and you pick them up and put them. You could say it's tougher, man, but it's just different, man. It's different ways. Football is narrowed down to a science now. And these players, man, they do unbelievable things, right? And the competition is a whole lot better. The equipment is a whole lot better, right? The field and everything else. So it's a different environment, different world. Not to discount any of those guys that's out there that played in their time and their parameters, but it's just a different league, man. Different, man, just different. Basketball player. Just look at basketball. You put a big old LeBron James in his 70s, man, you'd be like, come on, man, how is this even possible? Even Kevin Durant, and just give him a brush, you'll say, how is that even possible, man? Somebody that tall that's able to shoot out on the perimeter, you know what I'm saying? It's just different worlds, man. It's the chicken or whatever they eating now, man. It's something they put in the waters, Cowboy Nation, I appreciate y'all, man, so much. Thank y'all for jumping in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to all of my crew, man. Shout out to those who support this channel. Thank y'all for sharing. Hey, it was always a pleasure moment, man. We are now 7-3, not 3-7. We got a few games ahead of us. This week is not short. It's a long week still. It's just going to feel short. So these guys, is the war of attrition. Get home, take that ice tub bath, right? Get the right sleep, repair your body, watch out for the soft tissue issues, right? Come on. On my way out, man, I thank everybody, man, for being part of this, man. They are still live on 105.3 The Fan. Check them out, man, for their post-game analysis and report. My name is Law Nation. I'm going to grab me something to eat before I disappear, right? I don't want to pass out over here. Thank y'all, man. It's a better ending than what it was last week, right? Shout out to y'all, man. Get these bots up out of here, man. They spoil the moment. They want to come over here and shake these right here. Come on, where my button at? Here we go. Get out of here. Get out of here. There we go. Block them on YouTube. All right. We about one love. DC for life, not for short. Thank those who support. Let's roll. Credit JD from DC. What up, Weezy? Thank you. Shout out to Coach Marv, Trayvon, not Diggs, but Hill, Michael B, not Jordan, but I see you, fam. Knowledge, 19, 14, and it's me, baby. Total beatdown, 40-3. Yes, Static, appreciate you. Daniela, appreciate you. Paul, Michael, Ashley, Tyrone, Lord, Nova, Tony, Boswell, keeping it well, baby. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let me hear that Viking horn one more time. Oh, they fixed it. Oh, now they broke it. There we go. Cowboy Nation, DC for life, not for short. Let's get it, baby. The name is Law Nation.
Nope.
Stop the cow.
Ideas don't determine who's right.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
He's beginning to believe.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.